Yo, what's up guys, Tim here, welcome back to another Decant Boutique video. Today we have top 5 of my favorite Valentino fragrances. So we're gonna go over the Valentino Uomo line in particular. So starting from the lowest to the highest. At the bottom place, we have here at the number 5 spot. Oh, and this is the newest release as well, which always spells disaster for a brand when their newest release is the least favorite of the whole bunch, or in this case doesn't even touch the legacy of any of the other releases that they have. This goes for a couple line, this line and the Spice Bomb line as well. They both made this mistake. So this fragrance right here, it's Valentino born in Roma. So what to say about this? This is just Invictus. Yeah, it really just, it's just Invictus. It tries to be Invictus Aqua 2016 by Paco Rabanne, but what is severely lacking is depth. It's lacking a lot of heavy nuances that's in Invictus Aqua 2016. This one comes off too fresh, like too just airy, there's just not enough here to make it a viable fragrance to even compete in the same realm as Invictus Aqua 2016 or even the regular Invictus. It's just too subtle, too bright, too just soft, too simplistic, not a lot of depth. And that's the biggest downfall for this fragrance, Valentino born in Roma. Now, this is a top 5 fragrance. You might be thinking like, hey, Timmy, why are you bashing this thing so much? It's in a top 5, no? Because there's only 5 releases of this house, so that's why. So yeah, number 5 spot is just born in Roma, dude. So the smell itself, let's just backtrack a little bit. Does not smell bad, smells good, it's mass appealing. It will get you some reaction, it's strong enough to get you some reaction. But the reason it sucks for this line is because it has nothing to do with the line, like nothing whatsoever. It doesn't even have elements that is related to any other one from the line. You smell this, and you instantly think Paco Rabanne. You think Invictus, like right away. This is just a clone fragrance wrapped in a beautiful designer like bottle presentation. But don't be fooled. This is a clone at the end of the day, so no respect for that. So Valentino born in Roma, although mass appealing scent, but ultimately an expensive clone. Next one up, number 4 spot. Now from this point on, are ones that I like and one that I suggest you guys try out. Number 4 spot is the original Uomo. Now this one takes inspiration from Dior Homme, but it made it so much more wearable. Loosen up, wearable, not as thick, rich, and heavy in the iris. Much more approachable Dior Homme DNA. Really enjoy this one. But it's not one that extremely wows me. It's one that is pleasant, it's easy to wear. If you want a Dior Homme DNA and you're just a little bit put off by the iris, you would go for this one. Valentino Uomo, great choice. It smells great, it has that rich and depth still. Again, not as rich with the iris, but it still has that darkness, that kind of complexity that's built into a DNA like this. That makes it stand out in comparison to a lot of other fragrances on the market. Great DNA, great DNA, great take on Dior Homme. Again, semi-clone like the rest of this creation, semi-clone, but hey, this one is one that actually twists the DNA in a way where it's different enough to be just its own fragrance. I like this one. It's a signature scent worthy. Longevity is average for this thing, but it's a good scent. It's one that you can easily wear springtime, fall time, and you wouldn't even think twice about it. It's a nice dumb reach. You'll smell good. You'll get some compliments, and that's what this fragrance does. Yep, that is the original Valentino Uomo, number 4 spot. Moving on to number 3. This one is the Uomo Aqua version. Creative summer scent. God, so good. So good. Nice citrusy take on the original DNA. The smell itself comes off slightly bit like, I would say, the Dior Homme Sport. In a way. So you can see that Valentino really likes to just twist a good idea and make it their own, right? Yeah, this one is nice, citrusy, fresh version of Dior Homme, or say Dior Homme Sport-ish kind of scent. Smells really good, nicely creative. To me, has a little bit more of a watery take than Dior Homme Sport. Dior Homme Sport has a very much more focus on the citrus. This one has more focus on the watery side of the fragrance, which makes it different enough to be its own fragrance. And it's one that I prefer over Dior Homme Sport, to be perfectly honest. Smells really nice. I really dig this one. The only problem I have with this is that performance sucks. It just does. It lasts 5 to 6 hours max with just decent projection around maybe shoulder lengths, half shoulder lengths. It's not the best performing fragrance out there, but it is really good. Creative-wise for the summertime, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. So yeah, Valentino Uomo Aqua. This is number 3. If you're looking for a creative summer scent, a watery take on like Dior Homme Sport, it's a nice one. Really, really, really nice one. I enjoy this. And this one, by the way, if you guys are wondering, has kind of a different bottle look than the other ones. Because instead of, this is the same size, but instead of being a little bit wider, it's a little bit taller. So if you guys are wondering if this is real, this is real. This is the only bottle that does this. It's just a little bit taller than your other bottles, that's all. But it's a real bottle. Next one right here is the big one. The only 100 ml that I own from this line, because I can only find it at 100 ml. And this one, Valentino took a little bit of a step away from the Dior Homme line and jumped into Tom Ford. Because when you smell this, the patchouli in here, the woodiness in here reminds you right away of a very popular Tom Ford fragrance. And the color scheme will remind you of the same thing. This fragrance is Valentino Noir Absolu, right here. And just look at the color. It's gold on black. It's black orchid. It's a more people-pleasing, mass-appealing, easy-to-wear black orchid. Yeah, black orchid is really thick, it's rich, it's classic, it's unapologetic, it's heavy, and it's beautiful. This one, it's not so heavy, still retain the rich complexity, but much more wearable. This one, to me, I prefer over black orchid. Although black orchid is a piece of art, sure, but you're not gonna put on Mona Lisa when you're going to, the grocery store. You're gonna put on something like this, which is a knockoff Mona Lisa, but easier to appreciate. People enjoyed more modernized Mona Lisa in a way. Yeah, I really like this one. If you like black orchid and you always wanted a wearable black orchid for a man, this is the one to go for, absolutely. It has a really nice creamy dark patchouli DNA with some dusty woods. Amazing creation right here, Noir Absolu Valentino. Number 1, you guys saw this one coming? This is one that is just absolutely down to earth bomb in terms of compliment getting. This thing has gotten me ridiculous, and I mean ridiculous amount of compliments. This one is Valentino Uomo Intense. I don't even have to spray this one. I know this DNA by heart. It's in my brain, ingrained in my nose. This is a fantastic fragrance. It takes the Dior Homme Intense DNA, yes, it's another clone. It takes the Dior Homme Intense DNA, just completely modernized it, took away a lot of the heavy lipsticky iris that I hate so much, and turned it into a masterpiece tonka bean fragrance with similar DNA to Dior Homme Intense, but much more appealing, much more, I would say, masculine, which makes this one just an absolute winter killer. This was released in 2016 and is still today one of my most favorite iris tonka bean leather DNA on the market. There's no beating this fragrance. The fragrance that comes close to this one is Gentleman EDP by Givenchy. I would argue that that one is neck and neck with this one, to me. But this is still considered, I would say, number 1. Valentino Uomo Intense. Tons of compliments. If you like the Dior Homme Intense DNA and you're looking for something that's just easier to wear, you would go for this. Plus the longevity and the performance of this thing is off the charts. It lasts a good 8-9 hours. Projection is like a cloud. It has a sillage all around you, which makes it just, oh man, it's so conducive for compliments. Like this fragrance was set up to get you laid, kind of thing, It really, really is that. So Valentino Uomo Intense, number 1 right here, from Valentino Uomo, lined up. Alright guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to check out Valentino fragrances in decant form, I'll have a link down below to our website. We have decants of all of them. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next one. Peace and bye.